Well, hello and welcome. As you can see, I'm in a slightly different place from before. We're right over here next to the destination for one of our investigations. Take a look around, see what's going on. That is an ugly critter. That was not winged, though. Now we're gonna throw this over here. Boom! A humming crystal. Interesting. Hopefully that clay golem doesn't decide to come over here and play. But I can see where the lightning aspected crystals would make a noise, kind of glow if there was a really loud noise. Go over here and see what we got. The Rock of Rancor. Two vengeful spirits to dauntless adventurer like you. How about lightning aspect crystals? As I said, but despite flashing and moaning, nothing to do with the masked stranger. Looks like I've gone and wasted both your time and a perfectly good fire fan stick. A monstrous Banemite appeared and you slew it? The creature had long been a scourge upon the vocal. Tinshall, no, you've done a great service. You have my gratitude. Does it make me wonder, was it truly a winged eyeball I saw, or merely a trick of light combined with blind panic? Just get a week of sleep knowing. This sorry business troubles you as much as it does me. When pottering my encounter, I was uncertain for a time, but there could be no doubt it was a winged eyeball that I witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a Banemite. You and I were malms apart. How could we have both seen it at precisely the same time? Tomorrow our adventure friend had a run-in with a Banemite at this. There must be an explanation. I know I saw an all movie. Would wager an apple tart on it. Ooh, he's serious. Listen, the app is not as mysterious as we're making it out to be. There's no reason there couldn't be. Of course, there must be more than one of the buggers. It's so obvious. And that means, since there have been repeated sightings of these fiends, then there must be even more victims as yet undiscovered. To move her out of our depth. I'll leave the rest to the expert. We're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventurer. It was a pleasure knowing you. I prefer to know the truth. Some things are best left unknown, lest you have forgotten it was a rocky area to the west I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, you will want to alert the authorities. There is a guardhouse nearby. The serpent should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. Let's see. Go over here. But he managed to not find the mangled corpse. Now we're going to go to Ethelmere. Yes, I know you're angry with me because you saw me. Despite the fact that I would burn you to a crisp faster than you could think, you wanted to wreck me. Ooh. Probably this poor soul has been defiled in more ways than one. Ooh. Yeah. Put a mask on her so that you can't see her face. That's been reported in the Central Shroud, where while the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any, sightings of the winged eyeball are common enough. The creatures appear to be moving the bodies, but when in, none can say. Victims have all been young women. All are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It's difficult to identify them so as to notify their next of kin. Oh, this button engraved with the lily motif. The very same object was found upon another victim. A family signal? Or that of an organization, perhaps? Either way, I dare to hope that this find will prove pivotal in solving the murders. Oh, sweet! Mount speed in North Shroud has been increased. While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry it in your work. You wish to take the button to Gridania and have it exist in Mion. Perhaps someone in their vast network of contacts can shed light upon the sigil. Sounds like a plan. We aren't that far away. Uh, 180, and it's not that far away to run. Especially now that I have my mount speed increased. My chocobus faster than ever. Meet me. So let's see. There's the North Shroud. Oh, somebody pulled out a bicycle. Where am I going? That's for the Conjurer. Okay, so we're going to New Gridania as opposed to where I am in Old Gridania. Do, 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 do. So we're gonna head to the Adventurers Guild lady. It's been a while since I've talked to her. That grim expression. I suspect you weren't here for scones and herb tea. No, not so much. Where did you find that? A dead body? Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize the lily suit. I'll have to find the answer in the old-fashioned way by asking around. You can do worse than asking, beginning with Bernadette over by the Aetherite Plaza. She has a short pair of eyes. Okay, sight to behold. Let's see what this is. I'm not busy enough without playing Lost and Found. Oh, do forgive me. Once again, one of the customers has departed without her belongings, and I'm all at a loss. I understand that adventurers have many cares on their minds. It would make my life easier if they could keep their personal effects in order. Need I come to the face of its owner was unfamiliar with me, but her all over there seems quite smitten with her. As with every other pretty lass he lays his eye on, but that's neither here nor there. I found the man to be less than forthcoming ever since I spurned his advances. Smile to warm the heart, a laugh, a look. Jilly was her name? No, Jilly was the redhead from last week. Ah, damned if I can remember. Must understand, no small number of comely lasses come seek out my company. I dare say keeping all their faces straight is an adventure in itself. The girl spoke of paying a visit to Acapulco Falls before traveling on. I'll grab this quest as well, just because it's good. It's nice to have. One of these days, nasty business here is some har. Surely you've heard the stories of a strange portal suddenly appearing in the ruins down there? Nope, can't say I have. Hey, don't give me that look. I'm only telling you what I overheard from the whalers. They say on the other end of it is some sort of labyrinth. The thing is, every time they go down there, map the place out, nothing's the same. A mystery if I've ever heard one. Frankly, I'm more than happy to let it stay a mystery. Strange apparitions, booby-trapped corridors, going down there with nothing short of suicide. Still, the prospect of treasure is awfully tempting. Don't take my word for it, though. Head down to Issamhar and you can hear it straight from the Chocobo's mouth. We'll talk to Bernadette. Matter of decorative button, reminiscent of those worn by families of old, though I can't claim to know its sigil. However, I can say with certainty that the White Lily is a recurring theme in the Gridanian culture. Last, I do not know who would make it a person's sigil of it. If there's a soul in Gridania who does, it would be Synagogue over by Lancers Guild. One makes a point of knowing all the citizens on a forename basis. I'm gonna go up here by the Lancers Guild first, and then we'll swing around. Oh, wait a second. There is a thing that I can do. Wait. Where is it? Sprint. Not terribly useful too often. Mostly because it only lasts for 10 seconds. Then you have to rest for 20 seconds. Or 20 seconds. Oh, it lasts for 20 seconds within combat. But then you have to wait for a minute. Bernadette believes you can help. It's a rather bold assumption to make. I will try to assist, never you fear, but other outcomes of it is another matter. Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Grenadians. The owner of this button is most certainly well to do. You may wish to take your search to the Gentry's ward, northwest of here. Wait, a memory comes to me. Of late there's been a man who is perpetually seated at the bench at the ward's entrance. His name is Ursundel, and I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon the breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it. Let's go. Sigil of the Decanter. D'Artancourt's family. How is it that you came to be in possession of this button? From the body of a murdered woman? Her face, was it marred by it in any way? I had feared as much. I can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal to you the truth of the deaths. But on one condition, you promise to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Gridania, the D'Artancourts. During that time, I had the honor of waiting upon Lady Amandine, mistress of the household. Fair as summer was she, and possessed a heart befitting of her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may well have been a kinder fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were removed, and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. At that moment, the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. Continued for many uneasy moons, until one day, without warning, she began receiving queer requests. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men, but my lady believed that they would help her regain what she had lost. So began the rites of rejuvenation. These rituals seemed innocent enough at the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as time went by. Eventually, there came a day where my lady bound one of her handmaidens to her bed and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of her body. I performed the dreadful task as bade, obedient servant that I was, but then the time came to return to the house. My legs refused to move. I knew then that I could not go back to the place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So it was that I left Hawk Banner, my home for nigh of half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amandine had been. Yet one cannot weep forever, and I endeavored to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I had resolved never to speak of my experience, until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you swore to me you would. She awaits now at Hawk Manor, in the western edge of the central shroud. Go now, go and do what must be done. Skeletons in her closet accepted. Oh, Millith Ironheart. My journal will take the 12 in my haste to escape the clutches of that insufferable muttonmonger. I slipped my mind entirely. Might I be so bold as to ask your name? Have my gratitude, Malarion. May not look much, but I count this humble diary as among my most prized possessions. It's brim with tales of the most heart-stirring sights to be seen in all the realm, as told to me by the sensitive souls I have met in my travels across Eorzea. Tales that have struck me with the most incurable case of wanderlust. As an adventurer, you too have seen the realm, I'm sure, but what I ask you, have you truly seen her? Borne witness to Eorzea and her myriads of splendor? Have you stood on the palm-fringed beaches of coastal Asol just as the sun peeks out over the horizon, its rays kissing the sands beneath your feet? Have you lost yourself in the night sky of the Sangoli, adrift amid the boundless sea of stars? Ah, but why do I even try to convey the words that which must be seen to be appreciated? For our fortune, whithersoever we wander, Eorzea's beauty is but a stone's throw away. If I may quote from the journal, yes, this is the one. Afore the fane, beneath the two that are as one, her divine cup runneth over with light ethereal. Such were the conjurer's words I would see as she saw. I saw for myself before coming here that I can assure you the conjurer spoke true. Indulge me there and look out upon the beauty. Go there and look upon the beauty before you. I would hear your thoughts. Seek out the place afore the fane and look out upon your surroundings. Down at the Conjurer's Guild. Okay. Now, to be fair, the rest of these will not be nearly as easy. A lot of them will be marked, but not on the map. So it can actually be very difficult to find exactly where you're really looking for. So, I'm wondering, is it there or over here that I'm looking towards? I mean, this is a pretty sight and all. Actually, I think he's talking about this. Which I'm going to agree, that's kinda awesome. Now, one thing, because we didn't take that quest, if we go down into this tree, oh, this is cool. And through here, this is the Conjurer's Guild. What is that over there? Oh, that's a dude meditating. We got glowy things over there. And this young gentleman with the horns is the Guildmaster. So having gotten squirreled and gone to take a look at something pretty before we go into the grotesque, I dare say we needed that distraction after beholding the mutilated face of a woman. Let us return. And speak to her. The great stone that adorns the entrance to the still glade fane is none other than the sky serpent's egg, cast down from the heavens by Nofik of the Matron so long ago. And those mammoth tree trunks, remnants, no doubt, of a primeval forest. Whence did they come? Why do the two great arbors grow as one? This I do not know, but what I do know is that the realm is replete with such beauty, if only we know where to look. That is what compels me to wander, not the promise of power, glory, or riches, but a burning desire to bear witness to all the wonders around us as wrought by gods and men alike. Though we have just met, the twinkle in your eye tells me that we share certain aesthetic sensitivities. It be my pleasure to gift you with a sightseeing log of your own. In its pages, you'll find my record of the most stirring sights in the realm, both those I have seen with my eyes, and those that I have, thus far at least, only heard of in my travels. No doubt your adventures keep you occupied, but this is not all the more reason to take in the sights as you travel, that both mind and body might enjoy the moment's respite from time to time. And who can say, perhaps you will discover glorious new vistas that have eluded even me. With that, I wish you safe travels. When you have seen all there is to see, pray return to me. I would like nothing more than to share impressions with a fellow sensitive soul. So now we can use the sightseeing log if we so wish. I can get a goblin hat, I can get a fat chocobo head, or I can get a ribbon. That's all I can do right now. I do not believe the achievement certificates do it. One thing that I am going to do, at least for right now, I am going to set the house that Death built to don't show me that. Not because I don't want to do that quest, but because I've played it, I know that there's a bit of a spoiler at the end of it that I'd rather not experience that until after we've done certain other things. I'm going to do one more thing before we wrap up today. We're going to head over to Hawk Manor. We probably won't enter Hawk Manor, but we're going to at least go over there and take a look at it. And the quickest way to Hawk Manor is through here. That thing got uprooted pretty badly. You got all the weird little tentacles here. You got the Malboros. Then you have Jaded Judy right there, which I am not going to put putts with at all. And hey, there is a floating eye. As you can see, the decor is a little bit scary. I can only guess that it was much less, and that's boarded up. I can only guess that this place was once super pretty. And the area in front over here, yeah, like the water is just... But I can imagine that was all kinds of pretty before, and now it's filled with Malboros. And now we've unlocked Hawk Manor in our duty finder. Hawk Manor is only level 28. That's perfectly fine. Sunken Temple of Karn is not exactly part of the storyline, which is why we've kind of unlocked it first. So, I'm going to wrap here. And with any luck, we will do this, both Hawk Manor and Sunken Temple of Karn in the next couple of videos. Take care and have fun.